Hello, hello. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend as always. It looks like we are up and running and we are alive. So, welcome to this week's live Monday music motivation. Today, what I'm talking about is this great idea from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's a really fantastic book for kind of motivation and building habits. And kind of the whole premise of the book is this atomic idea where you can have something very small like an atom, but that atom kind of has enough energy and enough impact to create something really big like an atomic bomb. And the idea that these little habits that you do and sticking to those little habits and showing up consistently for the little things will grow and build into really, really big impact over time. So that's kind of the very rough premise of the whole book. But it's a really powerful idea because I think that really very much is the case. It's the little stuff that we do, and more importantly, the stuff that we show up to do consistently that yields consistent results and significant impact in our lives and the world. So I think a lot of the stuff in there is really good. And one of the key ideas he has is to never miss twice. It's always okay to miss a practice session, miss whatever habit you're doing and whatever you're trying to achieve. It's okay to miss. Things come up. We have bad days, whatever it is, it's okay to miss. But it's not okay to miss twice. And you never want to start building up a streak of missing your habits and missing those small impactful actions. You need to keep them going, and it's okay to miss. You don't have to feel bad or feel guilty about missing. You just have to get back to it. And that getting back to it is almost as important as not missing in the first place, or maybe is even more important than not missing in the first place. And I noticed this as I was thinking from kind of a different perspective, and I think this little bit of a different perspective will help you to really have that sink in and have that make sense and feel really good to you. It's really obvious that, like, yeah, okay, I shouldn't miss practicing or whatever the habit is. Like, yeah, that's very intuitive and very obvious. But I had this experience where, from my teacher's perspective, as the teacher, I was the thing that was being missed. And of course, as the student, like, yeah, okay, I shouldn't miss my lessons. But from the teacher's perspective, I could see how missing, especially missing twice, was more impactful. So when I teach, it's very normal for a student to occasionally miss a lesson. Oftentimes, I'll get some kind of notification, sometimes very shortly before the lesson, but I often get some kind of notification of like, oh, I'm sick, or this appointment or something came up and we need to reschedule. And that's pretty normal. I probably get one of those at least once a week between all of my students. And then there will be a much rarer occasion when a student misses and I hear nothing. I show up for the lesson and they just don't show up and I hear nothing from them. And on very, very rare occasions, that will happen 2 weeks in a row. Usually if I get just a complete no-show, the next week they'll show up and be like, oh yeah, I was sick and didn't send you an email or something like that. And it's not a big deal. But when I have a student who just completely no-shows 2 weeks in a row, then it's like a red flag. I'm reaching out and seeing like, what's going on? Is everything all right? Like it feels much more concerning to me when they miss twice. So think about that for you from like your habits perspective. And obviously if you're showing up for a lesson with a person, that's different. You can see it from that person's perspective. Or if it's exercising is the habit and you're having a session with a personal trainer that you're showing up with, then it's really easy to see it from their perspective. But what if we could see it from just our habits perspective? Our clarinet is expecting that we're going to be practicing it, or our practice room is expecting you're going to be there, and then you don't show up twice and it starts to get a little worried. Obviously not really, they're inanimate objects, but your clarinet's like, did they quit playing the clarinet? They were supposed to be here yesterday and today and didn't show up. Like, what's going on? And I think having that little bit of a different frame helped me at least to realize that importance of missing twice. everybody misses once, and probably every single one of my students, actually that's not true, but a lot of my students will have one just complete no-show maybe once a year, but almost none of them have two in a row. And when you miss twice, that's when the red flags come out. That's when your brain starts thinking, maybe this isn't an important habit that I actually care about. So never miss twice. Missing once, no problem at all, but get back to it. So that's your motivation for today. And then, of course, we have our practice template to fill out. You can go to quickstartclarinet.com/get started to get this exact template, or just recreate it for yourself. Here's what mine looks like. Date for the week, reflection of how things are going, goal for what you want to accomplish this week, and your plan for when you're going to make it happen. And that plan part is the part that you're not going to miss twice. You're going to put that in your calendar. You're going to have it scheduled. And if something comes up and you miss one of them, that's okay. Get back to the next one and make that an even higher priority, that you cannot miss the next one, or else your clarinet will feel very sad. So that's the motivation for today. I have one last thing that hopefully you're still watching and saw the link in the description. There's a very exciting free event that you should absolutely know about and should get registered for. The International Clarinet Association's Enthusiast Committee, which I'm the co-chair of, is going to be hosting a online event that's a completely free online event. I think this is the 4th or 5th or maybe even 6th year in a row that they've done it, and it's always very, very popular. It's a 3-hour event from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, May 3rd. It's completely free to register for, and there's going to be a group warm-up, a group master class with Jay Hassler, who's the Clarinet Ninja YouTube channel. There's going to be breakout rooms. I'm going to be hosting 2 breakout rooms about some really fun and interesting topics, and when you get registered, you can see all the breakout rooms, and you can go to the link in the description to see what all the breakout rooms are, so you can see what you're interested in and check that out and get registered for that, so we can have an awesome turnout and you can learn some stuff about playing the clarinet and music and getting better and making improvements, which we all want to do, right? So never miss twice. Don't miss the online clarinet workshop that the Enthusiast Committee is hosting. Have a fantastic week of practice. Go fill out your practice journal right now. Go get registered for the Enthusiast event right now. And I will see you next week in the next live